Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So if you are new, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. But alright, let's hop into Kaspa itself. So let me actually delete this beautiful cap and handle, actually my beloved copy. And now guys, that will be kind of too beautiful that we would see a spike in price action, right away. So I do believe that many people have put longs into that trade, and we do have a bearish fake out. I believe this is exactly what we are anticipating right now on a 4-hourly time frame. That is that bearish fake out, and potentially Kaspa could see pump coming soon. Of course, given the catalyst and everything that is going on for Kaspa, I don't see the reason why Kaspa wouldn't pump. But before we are going to get back into the chart, let's cover a couple of metrics for Kaspa. So first things first, current reward is 110, next reward is going to be 104, next reduction is scheduled in 21 days. We are sitting at 82% mined Kaspa, and the hash rate is sitting at 240 per hash per second. However, all-time high for hash rate is 261 per hash per second. But right, let's cover a couple of tweets. So that is from Kaspa currency. We are excited to announce the first stable Rusty Kaspa node release. This is a significant milestone for Kaspa network, as it marks the point where we shift to a new, improved and optimized engine, which can now be built upon accelerated to its limits. So that is bullish news, guys, for Kaspa. And of course, I'm reminding about the fact of what is going to happen next month. So we are not really that far. Also, most likely we are going to see that Binance listing, and of course at the moment that is just a tweet. This is what's written actually on binance.com as well, and if you are going to type on Google, you are going to see the same information. And I believe what is going to come with that, Coinbase listing as well, sooner rather than later, I believe. And now guys, as far as I'm aware, this guy is a developer that is working on a Kaspa. So Kasplex is under testing. Obviously I'm not expert if it comes to that code, so I'm not going to tell you what it means, but basically he's saying that Kasplex is under testing. That is bullish enough to me. And now guys, this is another developer. He's saying, actively preparing for the KRC20 launch. If you have any suggestions, let me know. So I do believe that he's one of the team members that's working on development of Kaspa. But we can see here that we've got total KRC tokens, etc., blah blah blah, token of the day, most holders, and I do believe that this is going to be pretty much where things are going to be built on Kaspa. Hashtag Yotoshi meme coin. So that's going to be big. But all right, guys, let's actually, before we are going to get back into the chart, let's have a look at the liquidity. So that is Binance for BTC. So let's actually firstly go into the heat map. So as you guys can see, we've got that liquidity above the current price levels for BTC. So it looks like we could technically see Bitcoin around that area of 64k in, let's say, next few days, in a week, let's say. Well, that makes sense to me, because if you guys are going to look over here, more people are actually shorting Bitcoin based on what is going on, and the liquidity is over here, and market makers are basically going to go towards that liquidity. So that is kind of, logical for me. And now let's quickly actually have a look at a Bitcoin's chart. So we do have that falling wedge for BTC on a 4-hourly chart, right? So now if we are actually going to switch it to the daily, yes, on a daily we are actually, pretty much at high levels for stochastic RSI, and we technically could see that, push towards the downside. So now, could we see lower prices for BTC and quick dump over here? Well, I do believe that's definitely possible. However, if that is going to happen, set up your limit orders, because I believe that is going to be, last opportunity. And I know that many YouTubers are saying the same thing, and I'm saying the same thing, but obviously market conditions are constantly changing, and that's something that we have to be prepared for. So guys, that definitely can happen. And now coming back to Kaspa, if that is going to happen, of course that's going to pull Kaspa's price backwards. However, I do believe that Kaspa is going to see a significant push towards the upside. And I'm reminding, on a weekly time frame, Kaspa has already had that bullish cross on stochastic RSI. And now guys, let's have a look at altcoins in general. So a crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on the 2-weekly chart, which means that it's including Ethereum. So guys, first things first, let's have a look at these levels for RSI for altcoins. So we were here, right? We are basically at this level, and to me that looks like we have much more room to go. And also, if we are going to look at the Madrid ribbon, look at the time when we actually have flipped green on altcoins not that long ago, comparison to that huge, flag, I would call it, let's say. So I do believe that we are, still in a good time, because you guys are watching these videos and you're accumulating Kaspa, and I hope other cryptocurrencies as well. And by the way, if you want me to show you what I'm holding in my portfolio and what I'm actually bullish on, let me know in the comments down below, and I'm going to show you in the next video. But anyways, let's have a look at this chart. So trader turning rate, Bitcoin may be forming a large consolidation just before a huge rally. In 2017, BTC was moving in a similar way. If it kicks off the rally, 100k can be reached readily, or whatever. So that is a daily chart, and let's have a look what happened in 2017, guys. So basically that green circle represents of roughly where we are at the moment, or where we were actually. So after that we had, huge pump, let's say all-time highs at that particular time, then we had a huge dump and then boom, right? So let's have a look at what's going on. We've got the green circle, all-time highs, then that dump, and that sideways price action looks quite similar, and we could see that parabola coming. But anyways, let's have a look at what Titan of Crypto has to say. So Bitcoin bull run is still on. RAR indicator recently entered the overbought territory, but no need to worry, as after this event BTC takes at least 8 months before topping according to the past cycles. Bull run is far from over. So guys, first of all, let's have a look at that lovely RAR indicator. This is similar to RSI, and we are pretty much entering that level of overbought territory. However, as you guys can see, we are going to be trading above that, resistance, let's say, and we are going to trend in that zone for a while, I believe. And also we have to remember the fact that, halvening was what, a month ago, so I would just hold my horses there. And now let's have a look at this beautiful chart. So in this cycle, Bitcoin is characterized with a down-sloping base in the parabolic curve structure. We are at the base 3 and experiencing the same down-sloping moves like base 1 and base 2. Price action is consistent. You can't chase it when it starts heading to base 4. So guys, let's have a look. This is exactly what actually happened. And if we are going to pay attention, because that next pullback is going to happen after that huge leg up that is going to happen for altcoins and for BTC as well. So that is going to be another reaccumulation zone in which we can restack our bags and pretty much reinvest into other cryptos that still haven't performed well. But anyways, let's have a look at this chart. So shout out to the Scalping Pro. Bitcoin has bottomed out. Each time Bitcoin has traded at or slightly below the 100-day moving average on the daily chart, it has marked the local bottom, followed by an aggressive upside rally. Last time the price tested the 100 MA was in January. Price has pumped by 90% since then. So guys, let's have a look. Every single time ever since depths of the bear cycle in 2023, well actually 2022, once Bitcoin dropped below that 100-day moving average, we had a pump. So every single time that happened, and obviously I'm not going to show you every single leg up, but we can clearly see that we are at the next leg up and we are touching and slightly dipped below that 100-day moving average. So I believe that this is something big, and now I believe this is very important chart. So Bitcoin psychology of crypto cycle. The chart below shows psychology of majority of the retail investors buying the top and selling the bottom. We are currently at it's a double top. So guys, let's have a look. People are thinking that it's a double top and that's the end. We have reached all-time highs, etc., and this is the end of the cycle. But also please remember that Bitcoin always do those things when it reaches all-time highs, previous all-time highs. It's either consolidating slightly above or below that level of previous all-time highs, so it's kind of normal. But anyways, then there's going to be the next leg. Oh, I am so stupid, I'm going to buy the next pullback. But again, next pullback might never gonna happen. And then panic buys here. So people are basically panic buying over here. And why? Because they are not watching the videos. And I'm not saying my videos, but just in general, they are not educating themselves and they are not paying attention, which I believe that's quite important. So guys, and now later they'll be like, oh my god, pump it. But that's the time to actually sell, because I believe my followers, I believe you guys are actually, you know, we're accumulating in this area. That's something that I really hope for. And now guys, answering a couple of questions. So I'm not sure which one of you have asked me about, you know, what I'm more bullish on, either Kaspa or ICP. So here's the answer: Kaspa. ICP, well, long term, but to being completely honest with you guys, I have sold my ICP. And I'm not saying that the project is bad, but I have found much more different projects that I'm more interested in, and I'm going to show you them tomorrow if you are interested. And now guys, also I would like to remind, for those that are new in crypto, please be aware that I'm not going to write any, you know, no sense comments about, you know, some random projects, you know, in the comments, because there are so many scammers that are trying to take your money. So please be aware of these scams. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much, and I wish you having a great day. Peace and love, crypto.